Hey friends, happy Sunday. Welcome back to Rise and Shine Farm. My name is Heather and we are having a kitchen day today. You're silly. If it's a little noisy in the background, it's because I have both of the kiddos inside with me. My husband Ben is actually outside. My husband Ben is actually outside working on the pig pen, and so I have the kids in with me, and I'm also I've got a loaf of bread in the bread maker. So like I said, we're gonna have a kitchen day today. Anyway, that's real life around here, guys. So coffee and chaos, that's how we survive. So today we're going to be cooking our dinner tonight. We've been doing for this spooky season, we've been doing I put together these dinner and a movie nights. So every night we have a kid-friendly movie that has a themed dinner that has, most of them have an appetizer, a main course, a dessert, and then a specialty drink. And they're all themed around the movie that we're going to watch as a family. And so far we've done 3, and the kids and my husband have absolutely loved it. We've all liked it. It's been really fun. It spices up the meal routine. It takes one less day that I have to plan what's for dinner. It's one less day that we have to ask what's for dinner, and it's really fun. A lot of this stuff I designed them for to be kid friendly, and so my kids help me out with them. So yeah, we're going to be preparing that meal together tonight. Tonight's movie is Coraline, so I'm really excited. I've been looking forward to this one. Coraline's one of my favorite Halloween movies. All right, so we are going to start off today with getting the cake started. That's what we're having for dessert tonight with our movie. So I am just going to make a simple vanilla cake. The recipe is from Sugar Spun Run, so I will pop the link to that video and recipe down below. It's phenomenal. I think it is the best cake recipe that I've ever had. I do suggest, she does a lot of her measurements with weight. So I actually invested in one of these small little scales. I got it from Amazon. I can also pop the link for that below to the one that I have. I highly recommend that you bake using weights. I've noticed a significant difference in the quality of my made from scratch baked goods since switching from just regular cups to actually using weighted measurements. So if you're interested in doing something like that, I can put that below. To the scale that I have, it was fairly inexpensive, and I think that, like I said, it enhanced the quality of the things that I was making. Yeah, so let's get to it.
Okay, I wanted to start off by just saying that I actually cut this recipe in half. I only wanted to make a single layer 8-inch cake. So I'm going to start off with my butter that has been softened to room temperature, and I'm just going to go ahead and cream that until it's nice and white and fluffy. I'm not going to mess with my stand mixer today. I just didn't really feel like lugging it out and carrying it around and just having all of those extra dishes. Here I'm going to add 300 grams, or about 1.5 cups of granulated sugar, and then I'm going to beat all of that together until it's nice and smooth and well incorporated. Then I'm going to add in 2 farm fresh eggs from my backyard chickens that have been free ranging in my yard for the last few weeks, so their egg yolks are nice and orange and bright. Next, I'm going to add in my homemade vanilla. I measure with my heart, but if you're not like me, it's a 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Next, I'm going to measure out 250 grams of all-purpose flour, or about 2 cups. Then I'm going to add in 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder and 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. Last, I'm going to add in just a little bit of salt, and then I'm going to give that a whisk together just to mix everything and get it all well incorporated. Then I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of the flour mixture into the butter mixture and just stir it until it is just combined. Then I'm going to have 1 cup of buttermilk, and I'm going to add just 1/3 of that to the flour mixture, and I'm going to stir it until it's just combined. And then I'm going to repeat adding that flour mixture and the buttermilk until all of the ingredients are completely combined. Here I'm just going to grease my 8-inch round cake pan, being sure to use a pretty generous amount so that my cake doesn't stick. I am just using some avocado oil to grease that. Our dessert is in the oven. I wanted to get that done because it's going to need time to cool so that I can put frosting on it and decorate it. Next thing we're going to do is start working on the sides. on an unrelated note, I really need to get my knives sharpened. If anybody knows of a company that I could send my knives to, or a YouTuber that has a good tutorial on how to sharpen your knives, let me know in the comments because they need to be sharpened desperately.
Disappointed in those potatoes that I bought from the grocery store would be an understatement, but that is a discussion for another time. So in the meantime, those are sitting in a pot of water on the stove, and I am going to get our chicken ready and get that nice and seasoned up to be put in the oven. Our dessert, the dessert probably has another 5 minutes or so before it's ready. The timer just went off, and I checked it, and it's still not set in the middle, so I stuck it on for a couple more minutes.
I'm gonna get my seasonings together. I am gonna mix together this garlic and herb seasoning, salt and pepper, and a little bit of smoked paprika. And I'm just gonna measure with my heart, just trying to figure out how much I'm gonna need to cover this chicken. Just gonna give that a nice little stir together. I've already washed my chicken off with just a little bit of cold water, and now I'm just going to go ahead and pat it dry, just trying to get the skin as nice and dry as possible. I'm just going to quarter up a small onion and just place that inside the cavity of the chicken. I'm just going to start kind of pulling on this chicken and trying to separate the skin from the breast meat. And in between that space that I've just created, I'm going to take a couple pads of butter and stick that right in that space. The butter is going to not only keep your chicken nice and moist, but it's also going to add a lot of flavor. Next, we're going to take that spice mixture that we just made and sprinkle it all over the skin, pressing it in as we go to make sure that it's really sticking to the skin. I actually had a little bit of seasoning left over, so I am just going to put that in my hand and put that right underneath the skin where that butter is. Then I'm just going to pick up that chicken on the parchment paper and place it inside my 7-quart Dutch oven. I'm then going to place my chicken inside the oven at 350 degrees and let that bake until it reaches an internal temperature of 165 degrees.
Chicken is in the oven, that's baking, and our cake is finally cool enough. Cake's cool enough to decorate it, so let's get to decorating that.
Guys, a cake decorator I am not, so don't judge. I gave it my best effort. Alright, Coraline themed dinner is ready. Mashed potatoes, peas, roasted chicken, bread, and a welcome home vanilla cake.
Alright friends, that is all I have for you today. If you want to try out these Disney dinner and a movie recipe cards, let me know in the comments. I can figure out a way to create PDFs so that you guys can print them out and use them in your own houses. Thank you guys for coming to grow with me. I'll see you next time.